What's up, guys? AlexStrenger here. We are in beautiful San Marcos, Texas at Texas State University. We are going to try and convince as many students as possible to sign a petition in order to abolish the United States Constitution because it is rooted in slavery, colonialism, cultural appropriation, and white supremacy. Just look at Elon Musk. He bought Twitter. He allowed the First Amendment to flourish, and now Donald Trump might actually become the president. So we're gonna see how many people sign this document. Would you guys like to sign a petition to abolish the United States Constitution in order to put an end to our legacy of white supremacy and colonialism?
Sure.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
The First Amendment wouldn't be allowed? I'm sorry? I mean, whatever.
All right, let's go. Thank you.
Oh, didn't even think about that.
Yeah, name here and then address on the left. Elon Musk, ever since he's bought X, it's basically been like a cesspool for just Russian disinformation. And this whole free speech stuff, it's a big reason why Donald Trump is gonna get back in office, and that shit is horrifying.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, Donald Trump, he belongs in prison. So do every single one of his supporters and everyone that even thinks about voting for him, because you're a literal threat to democracy.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad we're on the same page.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, good luck.
Thank you. Ever since Elon Musk bought Twitter, he's allowed free speech all over the internet, and all this, it's all just Russian disinformation. And it's gonna put Donald Trump back in the Oval Office. It's horrifying. Fuck that, exactly.
Fuck him on everything.
Yo, and then with his Project 2025 agenda, he's trying to abolish the Department of Education. And my wife actually, I'm in a non-traditional relationship. My wife is she's a drag queen and a trans sex worker, and she's not going to be allowed to teach kindergarten, okay, in the Austin School District because of Donald Trump abolishing the Department of Education. So no, you think that's fair?
Hell no.
No, exactly.
Who's your drag queen girlfriend?
What?
What's her drag name?
Her name is Sprinkles.
Sprinkles? In drag? That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cute. Damn, that's cute.
And she's got every right to teach kindergarten as anybody else, and then Donald Trump wants to abolish the Department of Education. It's all because of transphobia and not allowing women like my wife to mold young minds. And it's disgusting. It's violence. And my 7-year-old son, would not be medically transitioning if it weren't for the inclusive learning environment in the Austin Independent School District.
Yeah.
And then Donald Trump wants to abolish the Department of Education. No, it's white supremacy, and this is not the America that I want, right? It's not the America that you want.
The Constitution?
Yeah.
All that? Hold on, the Constitution, doesn't that do way more than just the First Amendment?
Well, and it allows these crazy MAGA hat wearing QAnons to have guns, unless you like that. You have had the Washington Post, the New York Times, the Atlantic. They have systematically written articles about how we need to reimagine, if not abolish, our First Amendment to stop that from happening. Even in the Atlantic, we have experts, right? From the Atlantic, from the New York Post, the Atlantic, the New York Times, even the Washington Post, and the fact that they're not even endorsing Kamala, it's an actual travesty, and it's an insult, right? Donald Trump, he's promising mass deportations. And my wife is actually a migrant, okay? She came here from Colombia, and she actually got, sorry, this is emotional, but she got syphilis. My wife got syphilis, okay? Crossing the Darien Gap in Colombia, okay? We've, and Donald Trump is trying to deport her. We haven't even been able to consummate our marriage because of the condition that she has. And now Donald Trump is trying to get rid of my wife, Consuela. No, I'm not standing for that.
I get what you're saying, man.
And the only reason that Donald Trump is even going to get back in office is because of the First Amendment. And that's why we have to get rid of it. And also our Constitution at large, because it is an antiquated document rooted in racism, cultural appropriation, white supremacy, and the patriarchy. Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, they've said we need to start arresting people, sanctioning people, fining people heavily, preventing them from participating in society if they spread misinformation on social media.
There's no guarantee to free speech on misinformation or hate speech, and especially around our democracy.
And the only thing stopping them from doing that is the First Amendment. And so it only makes sense that we have to, right?
Yeah.
Abolish what?
The Constitution?
Yes!
Okay.
People who wrote our Constitution, they literally were white men who owned slaves, and we should be abolishing white men also. And like,
Did you say to abolish white men?
yeah. And these are literal. Like these are slave owners. And we have to abandon these antiquated systems because, like, do you want Donald Trump to win? No, I don't.